Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. GH spoilers, Willow's next chapter, should she find a new boyfriend after Drew? General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal Willow Corinthos' turbulent love life, leaving us wondering, is it time for Willow to find a new partner? Should she accept a new beginning after her probable breakup with Drew Quartermain? Willow has strong feelings for Drew, but their relationship is doomed to fail. Willow has strong feelings for Drew, but it is evident that their relationship is doomed to fail. Tensions are rising as Drew is eager to take the next step while Willow hesitates. Although he wishes to welcome her and the children into his new house, she has declined his offer. Drew swears he can wait, but she has a nagging suspicion that he will exert more pressure than she is comfortable with. Drew has yet to open up about his passionate experiences with Nina Reeves, which adds to the tension. Willow is in for a devastating heartbreak. Willow is about to face a heartbreaking revelation when she realizes that Drew is not the great man she thought he was. Drew, with a hidden goal, is keeping a huge secret from Willow, which will leave her enraged and devastated when the truth is revealed. On another note, Willow's affair has already created agony for Michael Corinthos, and she is not entirely wrong about the problems that have plagued their marriage. Deception has also played a significant role in Michael and Willow's relationship, creating questions about whether rekindling their romance is truly the best way ahead. Even if Michael returns from his recuperation in Germany, that doesn't mean he's still the perfect person for Willow. There's a ray of hope that Michael may renew his romance with Sasha Gilmore Corbin, leaving Willow on her own. Meanwhile, Willow may get to see Harrison Chase again. However, many fans like the concept of Chase and Brooke Lynn Chase navigating the turbulence brought by Gio Palmieri's disclosure as her son. Isaiah Gannon hasn't committed to a relationship just yet, but his feelings for Jordan Ashford are unmistakable. Not to mention that he wouldn't have any chemistry with Willow anyway. Cody Bell will not work with Willow, and he is plainly on the edge of a romance with Molly Lansing Davis. Willow's romantic options are limited, so GH may need to introduce her to a new love interest. Willow is in desperate need of a character reset following her difficult fallout with Drew, as recent events have presented her in an unflattering light. Rather than reliving prior relationships and repeating the same patterns, Willow may find it invigorating to embark on a new path with someone completely different. Pairing her with a charming newbie to Port Charles may provide the ideal opportunity for a fresh start. General Hospital spoilers, here's why Carly shouldn't forgive Brennan. She deserves better than a manipulative romance. General Hospital spoilers warn that Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan's developing romance could end in heartbreak. Here's why Carly should not forgive Brennan, as she deserves better than this deceptive romance. For starters, we can't deny that switching actors impacted things. Many viewers continue to sense no connection between Carly and Brennan now that Chris McKenna has replaced Charles Measure. That alone may be cause enough for Carly to refuse to forgive Brennan when his secrets are revealed. The GH writers will have the opportunity to offer Carly a clean break and allow her to go on with someone else, hopefully another guy she really sizzles with. However, there are additional reasons Carly should not forgive Brennan that must be addressed. Brennan may have been at blame when Jocelyn Jacks crashed into that cabin and killed Cyrus Renault. Brennan now has Jocelyn lying to her mother and preparing for a perilous WSB job that will further increase the risks. Add in the fact that Brennan framed Jason Morgan, and he has crossed far too many lines. Carly takes no chances when it comes to children, which is understandable given that Morgan Corinthos died and Michael Corinthos is healing in a German clinic. Carly has seen what happens when her children become involved in risky circumstances, so she's going to be furious about Brennan's endangering Jocelyn's life. The worst part is Brennan is still flirting with Carly and claiming she's worth the wait. Brennan is making Carly fall for him while surreptitiously causing problems for the people she cares about. Carly deserves better than a guy who does these things behind her back while still charming her with a smile. There are plenty of fish in the sea, so maybe Carly should dump Brennan for good once the full truth is revealed. Who should Carly link up with next? Are you still cheering for Carly and Brennan, or would you rather see her with another love interest? Our GH predictions indicate that Brennan may lose Carly if his secrets are revealed, so stay tuned for updates on the terrible news ahead. According to General Hospital spoilers, Carly may have a romantic fresh start soon or later, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers, Alexis's mysterious Windermere invitation. What does Sidwell really want? General Hospital spoilers predict that Alexis Davis will receive a mystery Windermere invitation, but what exactly does Jen Sidwell want? Let's talk about the invitation that Alexis received and what Sidwell is up to. On March 6th, Alexis will learn that she has been summoned to Spoon Island. Sidwell now owns it, therefore he'll most likely be the one pushing Alexis to catch the launch and join him there. Of course, Sidwell may be evasive about why he wants this meeting. Sidwell is typically a mysterious character, thus he may merely insist on discussing some business. Sidwell may act as if he requires Alexis' skills as a lawyer, making this an urgent matter. However, our forecasts suggest that Sidwell may have ulterior intentions, particularly because he wants Alexis to come to Windermere. After all, Sidwell could just as easily visit Alexis' office or meet her somewhere public, such as the Metro Court. It could be noteworthy that Sidwell wishes to speak with Alexis in the old Cassadine residence. Sidwell attempted to persuade Alexis to visit Windermere and see what he had done with the property in the January 21st episode of GH. Alexis declined Sidwell's offer because she had no sentimental attachment to the frightening castle. Sidwell has already received the Spoon Island title from Alexis, so it's a done deal. Alexis is forced to be curious when Sidwell invites her back to Spoon Island and appears to be demanding. Will Alexis' mind race with worries that this is a horrible idea? Will Alexis succumb to her curiosity and travel to Windermere anyway? Sidwell may be interested in Alexis' relationship to the Cassadine family. Some fans have speculated that Sidwell could be a long-lost Cassadine, but it's also plausible that he believes the Cassadines have mistreated him in some way. There may be some off-screen backstory that may eventually be disclosed, so keep that in mind. Whatever the case, Sidwell purchased the former Cassadine home and will press Alexis to see him there, so she will undoubtedly have suspicions about his true intentions. It could refer to Alexis' Cassadine ties. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sidwell's unexpected invitation will cause a stir, so keep an eye out for any unsettling news for Alexis. GH Spoilers Weekly Update March 3rd to 7th, Lois scrambles, Sidwell summons Alexis, Willow, and Isaiah Bond. The General Hospital spoilers for the week of March 3rd, 2025 are here. Fans should expect Lois Curello to scurry for covers of her songs next week. Jen Sidwell summons Alexis Davis. Additionally, Willow Tate Corinthos approaches Isaiah Gannon. Lois Cerullo scrambles during the week of March 3rd. Fans may expect Lois to scramble to cover her songs. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine cannot have a baby with Harrison Chase in the typical way. Chase recommended Hamilton Finn as a potential donor, but BLQ is hesitant. The truth about Giovanni Gio Palmieri appears to be closer to being revealed. During an interview, it was suggested that the adoption secret might not be so hidden after all. Then, a promotional clip shows Gio speaking with Dante Falconeri. Gio explicitly notes feeling as if Dante is the only one who gets it. Gio may already know the truth about his father. If Lois discovers the adoption secret is being revealed, she may attempt to hide the fact. However, that will just exacerbate the situation. In fact, by the end of the week, Lois and Ned Quartermaine have disagreed. Could Ned have known about the adoption as well? BLQ stated that she just told her mother, although Lois clearly did not deal with this alone. Alexis Davis summoned along with Alexis, she is summoned to Windermere. As fans already know, the new owner is none other than supervillain Sidwell. Then, in a preview clip for Monday, Sonny Corinthos asks Alexis for help. After Laura Collins' warning, what will Sonny do next? How does Alexis fit into everything? Isaiah Gannon's new Bond Willow is likely to approach Isaiah in the hospital. Isaiah is unlikely to be harsh on Willow, despite the fact that many others are. Isaiah might offer Willow some advice or warn her. Willow hasn't listened to anyone else, possibly because they're too close to her. Sometimes it is easier to hear the truth from someone who is not as connected to the problem. Perhaps Isaiah overheard Drew Kane Quartermaine threaten Curtis Ashford? General Hospital spoilers for the week of March 3rd, 2025 include Lulu Spencer's shift toward Damian Spinelli. Could this be related to the quest for Charlotte Cassadine? Sasha Gilmore Corbin informs Jason Morgan. Sidwell seeks to strike a bargain. Emma Scorpio Drake worried about Anna Devane. Anna opens up to Felicia Scorpio. Brad Cooper confesses. Will Brad inform Portia Robinson that he provided evidence of her test tampering to Selena Wu? The same week, Portia is endangered. Which narrative are you looking forward to the most? Share your opinions in the comments area below. The battle over Avery Corinthos has erupted once more, transforming Port Charles into a battleground of whispered disputes and legal strategy. Sonny Corinthos and Ava Jerome stand on opposing sides, each sure that they are the greatest option for their daughter's future. Their history is rife with betrayals, alliances, and a love-hate dynamic that has never completely found peace. However, with Sonny's world recently shattered by an explosion that destroyed his home and Ava's image in shreds following her involvement in a scandal that portrayed her as a potential baby killer, the stakes have never been higher. Their background alone would make any judge wary, but the most pressing question remains, who can actually provide Avery with a secure, loving home? Fans, friends, and even rivals have drawn lines in the sand, each defending their point. But, when it comes to selecting between a violent father and a mother with a history of deception and heartbreak, is there a good answer? Sonny's case, a source of strength and stability? Sonny Corinthos has spent years building an enterprise that frequently teeters on the brink of legality. His society is rife with secrecy, power battles, and an unspoken rule: loyalty is essential. Despite this, he has always taken pride in being a loyal father who will go to any length to protect his children. His supporters think that Avery should be in his care. Sonny's wealth ensures she never goes hungry, and his influence protects her in ways the law cannot. Even in the midst of upheaval, his home has always served as a teaching ground for his children about family, tradition, and resilience. Avery, like his other children, would have a strong support system at home, including Michael Corinthos, Jocelyn Jacks, Dante Falconeri, Christina Corinthos Davis, and Donna Corinthos. They offer her with a network of love and wisdom, ensuring that she is never alone, no matter how terrible Sonny's situation is. However, there is no ignoring the risks. Sonny's opponents have long used his family as leverage, and Avery is no different. The recent explosion that ripped through his property serves as a sharp reminder that his world is not based on stability, but rather on a delicate balance that could tip at any time. Ava's redemption, fighting for a second chance. Ava Jerome is no stranger to playing the villain in other people's stories. Her history is rife with planned actions, perilous relationships, and a proclivity to manipulate events to her advantage. But when it comes to Avery, she has revealed a different side of herself, a mother who will go to any length to ensure her daughter's safety and happiness. Supporters of Ava believe she is the stronger candidate for primary custody. While Sonny's world revolves around power, Ava's focus has moved to creating a future for Avery free of violence. She has worked relentlessly to correct her mistakes and forge a new path in which she may be the mother her kid deserves. Despite her artistic and free-spirited personality, Ava is not without weaknesses. In recent months, her fortunes have worsened, as has her public image. The suspicions surrounding her name, tying her to a horrible crime that sent shockwaves through Port Charles, have raised questions about her ability to raise Avery in a safe atmosphere. However, Ava refuses to back down. She has previously fought for her kid and will do so again, demonstrating that motherhood is about growth, change, and protection at all costs, not perfection. The court battle, a fight without a clear winner. As their custody battle heats up, the courtroom becomes a battleground where every prior mistake, every questionable action, is exposed bare for scrutiny. Lawyers make arguments designed to discredit the opposing party, all while portraying their client as the only viable option for Avery's well-being. Sonny's team contends that, despite his mob affiliations, his home is a fortress that ensures Avery's safety and comfort. They highlight Ava's previous misdeeds, reminding the judge of her manipulative tendencies and her frequent involvement in Port Charles controversies. Ava's legal team responds, pointing out how many times Sonny's world has been thrown into upheaval, putting his children in danger. They depict a transformed woman, a mother whose unshakable love for her daughter defines her rather than her history. Avery, caught in the center of this war, is too young to completely comprehend the implications of the decisions made on her behalf. She adores both of her parents, but the world around her is pushing her into a situation where she may have to choose. Compromise or tragedy? Ideally, Sunny and Ava would find a way to co-parent, putting aside their differences for the benefit of their daughter. But history shows that their relationship is everything but cooperative. Years of mistrust, betrayal, and an implicit struggle for supremacy have fueled their feuds. If a compromise is not achieved, the court may make the final decision. The outcome will decide the fate of a little girl who deserves better than to be used as a pawn in an endless battle. As Port Charles watches this custody battle unfold, one thing is certain: regardless of who wins, the fight for Avery's future will mold her for the rest of her life. And Sunny and Ava's conflict may not end in court. It could just be the start of another chapter in their difficult and turbulent story. General Hospital spoilers: is Cyrus actually dead? Returning for ultimate revenge? General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal that Cyrus Renault looks to have died, but an increasing number of fans are questioning whether this is true. Many are left wondering why more Port Charles locals aren't sharing their concerns about the unfolding events, especially since his death has been covered up. Is Cyrus really dead? Cyrus' reign of terror has finally come to a dramatic end on the show, with Jocelyn Jacks shooting him in self-defense. This deed came after a series of disasters in Port Charles, when Cyrus was responsible for the deaths of several popular characters, including Dex Heller and Sam McCall. However, the fallout from his demise has not been easy for everyone. Jason Morgan has been falsely accused of his murder. In the unpredictable world of soap operas, death is frequently just a short setback. Fans have raced to social media, sharing questions and ideas regarding Cyrus's fate. Missing, but no body. One Reddit user made an intriguing point: Cyrus is unaccounted for, yet no body has been discovered. The fan elaborated: it appears that everyone is breathing a sigh of relief, thinking Cyrus is no longer a threat, but hold on, without a body, there's no evidence of his demise. They went on: how many characters have returned from the dead, let alone those who were presumed dead? For all we know, Cyrus could be lurking in the shadows, contemplating his next move. We may believe he's gone, but the people of Port Charles remain unaware. This scenario is quite aggravating. Fans doubt Cyrus is really dead. Many fans shared this sentiment, with one saying, "I really don't get why everyone is so certain he's dead." Sure, the cabin was cleaned up, but that could indicate that someone committed a murder. The fan thought it intriguing because the characters appeared unaware of the underlying suspicion. They stated, if someone admits to being a serial killer and then disappears, the most reasonable assumption is that they're fleeing. Some fans believe the characters should continue to have concerns about his presence. This is especially important as the burden for Cyrus' death shifts to Jason. If Cyrus is alive and out there, Port Charles is still in danger. Some fans believe the soap opera is preparing to reveal that Cyrus is, in fact, still alive. If this is the case, it could mean additional difficulties for Port Charles. The conversation among fans has been strong. While some believe it is acceptable for certain characters to believe Cyrus has vanished forever, others believe he is simply hiding out of sight. Viewers commented, there is no blood, no signs of a struggle, and not a single strand of Cyrus' hair. There's no indication he was even close to the cabin. It's infuriating. One fan speculated that Jason and Anna are fully aware of his death. They are seasoned specialists who recognize that only a true professional could pull off such a feat. WSB has him preserved in some hidden location. His extensive network, expertise, and sway could prove invaluable. There's no evidence to suggest he isn't simply a fugitive. No proof exists to confirm his death. Do you believe Cyrus is still alive, ready to unleash chaos in Port Charles, or do you believe his death was genuinely conclusive? Soap opera comings and goings. Leading ladies return, actor shifts status. Leading ladies will resurface, and the status of actors on soap operas has evolved. Here's the most recent casting news from the 4 daytime dramas: The Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, and The Young and the Restless. The week of March 3, 2025. Find out if any of your favorite actors and actresses are returning to the shows you watch, if any newcomers have been cast in contract, recurring, or day player roles, or if any prominent performers are leaving. Fans of Eileen Davidson and Elizabeth Hendrickson will be pleased with this news. The two are back on set at YNR, filming sequences as Ashley Abbott and Chloe Mitchell Baldwin. Both actresses posted images on Instagram from the show's studio facility. Connor Floyd gets more screen time as Genoa City cop Chancellor. He appears in scenes with Michael Graziadei and others when Daniel asks him to begin an inquiry into Phyllis and Sharon's disappearance on Tuesday, March 4th. A prominent figure has changed his status at General Hospital. Taj Bello, who began as TJ Ashford in 2018 and signed a deal with the show in 2022, has supposedly been released from his contract. Bello's name, which had featured in the closing credits for the previous 3 years, mysteriously vanished in February. Bradford Anderson takes over as Damian Spinelli on Monday, March 3rd. Expect the actor to interact with Alex Haven's Lulu. Perry Shin continues to earn more screen time as Brad Cooper. He appears again on Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. On Wednesday, March 5th, Chris McKenna will return as Jack Brennan. The WSB official appears in scenes alongside Carly, played by Laura Wright. As the Jason Morgan case progresses, Nanzine Contractor's role as Assistant DA Turner continues to be highlighted. The actress is married to fellow GH actor Carlo Rota, who plays Jens Sidwell. Jequin Jackson has been playing Quinn. The character is Kai's best buddy and fellow Port Charles University student. Clyde Kusatsu, who had been away for a long time, has returned to Days. On Tuesday, March 4th, the actor reprises his role as Wei Shin, a prominent member of DiMera Enterprises' board of directors, when he meets with Paul Telfer's Sander and Jean-Paul Lavoisier's Philip. On Monday, March 3rd, Rachel Boyd reprises her role as pregnant adolescent Sophia Choi, while Sherna Nielsen plays her demanding mother, Amy Choi. On Monday, March 3rd, the couple will appear in scenes alongside Leo Howard's Tate, Raven Bowen's Chanel, Carson Boatman's Johnny, and others. Maggie Carney appears as Rita, EJ's laser-wielding assistant at DiMera Enterprises. She communicates with her supervisor on Thursday, March 6th. Rose Gentle returns as Rachel Blake, also known as the Woman in White. On Friday, March 7th, she shares scenes with her on-screen daughter Kristen. The bold and the beautiful. It appears that Jennifer Garais will soon return as Eric's rarely seen wife, Donna Logan Forrester. Garais informed her Instagram followers that she was back at work at the B&B Studios by posting a snapshot of herself outside the property. Viewers should expect to see Donna in the near future. Rick Lansing and Ava Jerome's tension had been simmering for months, with their unspoken understanding growing deeper each time they crossed paths. Their relations were tense from the moment Rick accepted the job of defending Ava against serious allegations, claims that she intentionally sent Christina Corinthos falling through a window while carrying a child. The conditions were grim and the chances were stacked against her, but Rick had never shied away from a challenging case, especially one with more at stake than simply legal arguments. What began as a professional commitment swiftly evolved into something altogether different, an unmistakable chemistry that neither of them could ignore. It was only a matter of time before the lines blurred, and their jobs as attorney and client merged into something considerably more personal. Rick's decision to take on Ava's case was not solely motivated by establishing her innocence in court. It was about showing his daughter that catastrophe occurred without malevolent purpose, that the unborn child's death was not the consequence of Ava's wickedness, but rather a sad accident. However, as the case progressed, Rick came to see Ava differently. Unlike other people who try to hide their imperfections, she exposes them, never pretending to be someone she isn't. She had done bad things, she admitted it, but she wasn't trying to trick him. She wasn't creating a perfectly produced version of herself to seek his approval. Instead, she accepted her terrible past and even expressed regret. Rick was moved by the honesty, no matter how uncommon it was. Perhaps it was because he recognized so much of himself in her. The intricacies of their histories vary, but the core of their existence in Port Charles was very similar. Both of them were misfits in many ways, and their names were whispered with contempt in certain circles. Regardless of what they did or how they tried to move forward, their reputations followed them like shadows, painting them as criminals in a town that refused to forgive their sins. And yet, in each other, they discovered something few others were prepared to provide: understanding. Rick didn't need Ava to explain why she took certain decisions because they had taken comparable roads. He understood desperation, survival instincts, and the desire to fight even when the odds were stacked against you. Unlike Ava, Rick was a strategist. He planned ahead of time, whereas she acted in the moment, allowing emotion to guide her judgments. Her greatest wish right now was to reclaim custody of her daughter, Avery, who was now being cared for by Sonny Corinthos. Ava's impetuous temperament had almost destroyed her prospects several times, and Rick knew she needed a steady hand to keep her from making wild decisions that would only work against her in court. He guided her toward stability, persuading her to leave the motel she had been residing in and move into an apartment, a place with a decent bedroom for Avery, a house that would make a judge regard her as a fit mother rather than a fleeting presence in her child's life. He was present at critical occasions, including one in which Ava almost made a mistake that could have cost her everything. A coincidental encounter in the park led to Ava wanting to take Avery with her to show her the new apartment, an apparently benign deed that could have easily been turned into a kidnapping case. Rick realized what was going to happen and interfered just in time, physically yanking her away from making a decision that would only increase Sonny's case against her. Later, in the solitude of Ava's new apartment, Rick made it obvious that he wasn't leaving. He offered to accept her custody case pro bono, telling her straight out that if she had a real chance of having her kid back, she needed to stop sabotaging herself and let him handle it. His words stayed in the air for a long time, while Ava processed what he had just spoken. Then, without warning, she acted in a way that neither of them could deny was unavoidable. She filled the gap between them, bringing her lips to his in a kiss that contained all the tension, all the unspoken sensations they had kept hidden for so long. Rick responded just as passionately, mirroring her enthusiasm with his own. Port Charles had been without true romance for some years, but in that moment Ava and Rick gave something genuine, two individuals drawn together not by convenience or ephemeral attraction, but by a deep, unspoken bond. Their pasts were full of mistakes, yet together they discovered something neither of them had anticipated. The question now was, where would this lead? Will they embrace what has been growing between them for so long, or will they retreat, continuing their game of close calls and tense encounters? Whatever happened next, one thing was certain, their story was far from over. Spoilers for Monday, March 3rd, heated showdowns, sizzling reunions, and an unknown father-son bond. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Monday, March 3rd include showdowns, reunions, and a mystery father-son relationship. Drew Quartermaine faces a challenge, Brad Cooper is optimistic, and Dante Falconeri and Gio Palmieri have an unfulfilled father-son conversation. Sonny Corinthos asks Lucy Coe an unwanted favor during the Monday episode of General Hospital. In Friday's episode, he told Jason Morgan that he needed to make a call he didn't want to make, which turned out to be to Lucy. He says he thinks she can help him with something. Sonny is in the market for a new home, but he also needs information about Jen Sidwell. Hopefully, he's simply asking Lucy for her real estate talents, not to spy on Sidwell. Remember what happened when she tried to spy on Victor Cassadine? Showdown in the Aurora Corral? Meanwhile, Drew is in a fight with Curtis Ashford, and tensions between the two erstwhile buddies are rising. Drew aims his finger at Curtis, who becomes angrier by the minute as Drew shouts, "You take something from me, and I take something from you." It looks like it could erupt into a confrontation at the Aurora Corral, but no one is wearing firearms, spurs, or cowboy hats. Curtis had planned a scheme to damage Drew's DC reputation with the help of Stella Henry and a political acquaintance. Curtis has already taken Aurora from Drew, and Drew may have already been confronted by Stella's political acquaintance. Sizzling reunion? Brad is talking to Lucas Jones on the Monday, March 3rd show, and he is clearly hoping for a reconciliation with his ex-husband. Brad looks melancholy and optimistic in Lucas' eyes, asking, "Are you saying there could be us?" It has been several years since the trauma of the baby swap, and Wiley Corinthos is almost a preteen. The question is, has Lucas healed enough to trust Brad in modest doses? Or will Brad be upset with his response, and it turn out that he misinterpreted Lucas? Gio and Dante are having lunch at Bobby's, and their father-son relationship is unknown. Gio appears troubled as he speaks to Dante, telling him he believes he is the only person who understands where he is coming from. Neither one suspects or understands they are having a father-son conversation, but Dante may understand Joe's situation more than he realizes. Gio was outraged by Tracy Quartermaine's diatribe about taking action against Drew while neglecting Scout Quartermaine's concerns. Gio understands what it's like to lose a mother and not have a father, even if he had no idea they were his adoptive parents. Taking risks in the meantime, Lulu Spencer gives Damian Spinelli some advice and smiles as she says, "That's absolutely worth taking the risk." Perhaps she is advising him to take things to the next level with Maxie Jones and propose marriage. They almost made it to the altar, all suited up and ready, but fell short at the last minute. But they've been living with Maxie's children, including their own, Georgie Spinelli, for over a year. Maybe it's time to try again, even if it will take more than 3 times to be the charm. Sasha Corbin's in danger. Sasha Corbin is in danger in the Quartermaine kitchen, and she is prepared to protect herself with a meat mallet. During Monday's episode, she'll be aggressive, shouting at her unexpected visitor, "Leave now, or I scream." Is Sidwell coming to put her in her place following her outburst at the deception meeting? If this is genuinely a life-threatening situation, maybe she should grab a knife instead of a meat mallet. Although, obviously, that mallet may cause a significant head damage. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.